Hi, my name is Joel, and I'm so glad to welcome you to Redemption Seminary. You probably have questions about what the program will be like, so this video is meant to give you a preview of a course workflow and talk about some of the things you'll encounter as you just get started in the program. So let's take a look. One of the first documents that we'll give you is this orientation checklist. So you can go through the steps in here to get an overview of all the tools and resources you'll be using. There are installation guides, links to resource pages for each of the tools that you'll have in the program. So take some time to go through this at your own pace. And if you have questions, always feel free to reach out to Tracy or me, and we'll be glad to do a meeting with you and work through some of these things more specifically for you. The next document you'll see is a program journal. This is a document you use throughout the whole program. You'll get feedback from your mentor professors after each course. You'll do your own reflections on your courses. But here at the beginning of the program, you have an opportunity to go through and do an initial draft of some self-reflection activities that relate to your strengths, your challenges, your hopes, your goals for the program, and things of that nature. Now, some of this can seem a little bit daunting at first, but you just need to do a first draft, and you'll be coming back to this later as prompted in some of your courses. A couple of things you'll encounter here at the beginning of the program is a book that we give you called Surviving and Thriving in Seminary. You'll scan through this book, you'll record some insights and advice that you do find useful, as well as some things that are not relevant for Redemption Seminary that might apply only to traditional seminaries. So you can record those thoughts here. You'll have a chance to try out your citation software, make sure everything's working properly for you, and then you let us know when that's ready for us to review, and we'll talk with you further if you have any trouble with that one. There are some other items in your program journal that you'll encounter, such as the ability to make your own program plan. You can schedule out which terms you'll be doing self-paced work and which terms you'll be doing the mentor meetings across 7 weeks to finish out a course. We also call that the home stretch term. There's 6 terms every year, and you can make your own schedule that reflects your goals and the pace that you think you'll be on to complete the program. And you can always revise this as you go. This gives you a chance to plan out when you register for certain courses and mentoring and so forth. So that is the orientation document as well as the program journal. Now, your main experience in your courses is going to be starting with Moodle. So let me show you what that looks like. And if you're on a Windows machine, this may look a little bit different for you. But this is an example of a lesson in Moodle. Moodle is currently our learning management software. We're migrating some courses over to Populi, which is our new system this year. In our brand new courses, the Greek course and New Testament survey will be in Populi to start off with. But most of your courses right now will be in Moodle, and this is what it looks like. Let's take a look at lesson 18 of SF 511, Spiritual Formation. You may not see some of these menus, so make sure you pop out the left side menu and this right side menu so that you can see an overview of all that's contained in this course. You can see here we're on lesson 18, and it gives us a progress question there. We can hit no to see the whole lesson. The first thing you'll see here is watch lecture segment, and most lessons start out this way. There's going to be a link that takes you into Logos software, which is going to be where your main learning experience is at. So you click the link and it opens your software here for you. You can play around with your layouts and get things set up just the way you want it. And you can also right click any tab and open it in a floating window so that you can see it more clearly. That link took us to the lecture. We can click this button and it'll launch the video for that lecture. If you're on a Mac, you don't have some of the controls that a Windows machine would have. And so there's also the option to watch these videos on faithlifetv.com, although the transcript will always be here in your Logos software. A full transcript of every lecture segment is included here. There are hyperlinks, any scripture passages, which makes it a really helpful interactive experience. And you don't have to write down everything the lecturer is saying because it's already transcribed for you. So that is an example of where the instructions that you read in Moodle will take you into Logos for all of the assigned readings and the curriculum for the course. The next step, as is often the case, is a required reading. So you click step 2, click the link, and it automatically takes you to the correct reading in your Logos software. In this case, it's the Faith Life Study Bible and an article on suffering. The next step Moodle lays out for this lesson is a research activity. And by lesson 18 in this course, we've already trained you on how to do certain things in Logo software. And so there's not a tutorial on that right here. There's already been one earlier, but if you need a refresher on this, we'll be able to provide that for you, or you can refer back to earlier sections of the course or find it through Logos's training materials. For example, if you Google how to export a passage list from Logo software, you'll probably find some videos that Logos has provided very easily. That's a frequent tool students can use. But in this case, the passage list assignment involves gathering a list of Bible passages related to the topic of suffering. So we have in Logos our reading on suffering, and that will help us categorize some different passages that relate to this topic. One trick that you can use in Logos is to take this entire section and highlight it, then right-click, wait for it to load, and then there's a feature called Save as Passage List. And this will actually categorize all your, or gather all your passages, and then you can preview them and begin labeling them into categories. So as you can see in Moodle, the prompt was to record your findings in your course portfolio document. And that's the output document, the workbook that you receive for every course. So let's look at the course portfolio for SF 511. Here's what it looks like. As a Google document, you're going to be able to share this with your mentor professor, and they can look over your work before you meet with them. If you go down to lesson 18, you'll see where you can record the results of your study. And here I've done an example for us. So there's some categories listed. These are each hyperlinked to open up in Logo software. And another thing you can do is use Zotero to cite where this information came from or the resources you used. In this case, you may not need to do that, but I'll use this opportunity to show you what citing from Zotero will look like when you're adding a new resource from Logos. So let's add the Faith Life Study Bible into Zotero. Do that by clicking these buttons, go to Information, make sure it's on RIS style, hit copy, then go to our Zotero app. We're in SF511, import from clipboard, and there's our resource. Now, all we have to do is place our cursor where the footnote is going to be made, go to our Zotero menu, add edit citation, give it 1 second to load. We're not going to automatically update those citations. We're going to use Chicago Manual of Style. And then we can type in the name of the book that we want to cite, Faith Life Study Bible. In this case, let's go ahead and do a specific page number. And it looks like it's not giving it to us right now. There are some options for viewing this differently, but I'll skip that step for now. We come back to Zotero and hit, let's say we do have the page number, and we'll just hit that right here. This is going to send the information back to our Google document. You can see it added the footnote here for us at the bottom of the page. That book appears, and that is how you add a footnote to your course portfolio using Zotero. So the workflow for your course is looking at the instructions in Moodle, linking back into Logo software for your readings and videos, and then your output is in your course workbook. All the prompts are here for you, and I recommend reading ahead as far as what will be your workbook assignments for each lesson, so that as you're going through the videos and the readings, you're thinking of some things and knowing how to take notes to prepare for writing down your responses when the time comes at the end of the lesson. So that's a snapshot of what a course workflow looks like. At the end of a unit, which is 5 lessons, you'll have a mentor session presentation that you prepare for. You'll summarize some highlights of your learning, all organized around the unit learning objectives. And these are the things that you'll be discussing with your mentor. You'll talk about some of the things that you've already written down in your portfolio. You'll describe how those apply to your ministry situation or to your life. You can ask your mentor questions. They might ask further questions of you, but it's meant to be a fruitful and encouraging discussion that is built on what you've already done in your portfolio, but now it gives you the chance to seek guidance from your mentor and to show what you've learned in a way that encourages your life and ministry. So we hope that helps a little bit as far as describing what to expect in your program. We're always available for meetings and follow-up information. So feel free to reach out to us, and we'd love to talk further with you if you need any help. God bless you in your studies.